Welcome back, little hooligans. It's good to see you. I've missed you. I know it's been a while. It's been a long time since I've posted Fortnite gameplay. I actually recorded this about a month and a half ago. Um, it's only like maybe like an hour of playing. I just took like the best game, relatively. I actually didn't even record my best game with them. I'd hit a snipe on like the last guy to win the game. Anyways, this gameplay is pretty good, and it's something to look back on too, just in case like Fortnite Reload ever goes away. Um, did you guys hear that they removed Left 4 Dead 2 like off of the Xbox store? So like now, if you don't own a disc, like you can't even play the game. I mean, of course, PC can still play, baby. PC Master Race, but like you get what I'm saying. Like the modern day Xboxes don't even really have like disc drives, and then like if we can't download it, then you know the game's kind of gone. So like games eventually do die. So I have a bunch of things to talk about this game or this gameplay. This video is going to be about 17 minutes long. First topic is Fortnite really annoys me. First, we started off, the most annoying thing that started it off was the riot shield. I freaking hated the riot shield. Like no matter how much shooting and different angles, like the riot shield was just really frustrating. So I was like, cool, the riot shield's gone. You know, new season comes by, riot shield's gone, no big deal. Well, then they had water bending, and like I felt like your gun skill didn't matter, even if you had like cover, like the water bending's gonna break it soon, and then you know it seemed like there was no cooldown. I was like, okay, you know, no big deal. Water bending's gone. What did they bring in next? They pretty much combined the riot shield plus water bending, and they throw in the Magneto stuff, and it's kind of the last straw for me. I remember like playing a free for all, dropping like 9, 10 kills, doing really good, picking up a crown, and then comes down to like the last three. I kill one of the guys, and then the last guy just gets me with Magneto, destroys my cover, and pretty much just spam fires at me with his Magneto stuff. So yeah, that's 3 chances Fortnite. I will maybe come back one day. As for right now, no. And of course, like, you know, Reload is kind of less BS stuff. So that pretty much wraps up my topic on why I'm kind of pissed at Fortnite. No, not pissed, but, you know, just annoyed at Fortnite. And which sucks, because I started this game, like, early 2023, and for the first time, and I really loved it. Like I loved the whole game. I loved the map. You know, I don't recall anything being massively annoying about the 2023, like, you know, meta or the loadouts and all that stuff. But anyways, um I'll skip one and I'll come back to this topic, but I was going to tell you guys a story about cheating on my girlfriend. So yeah, I was like a teenager at this time, and I had always knew this girl. Let's call her Anna, and we'll say, and these are fake names, but let's say my girlfriend's name at the time is Jessica. So I had knew Anna since I was like a kid. Like we met when we were probably like, you know, 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old, and I remember like she had discussed to me how she had like a crush on me and stuff, and you know, I really didn't take it too serious, didn't put much thought into it because we were just kids. Well, I'd always remembered her. A few years later, I ran into her at a party, and I didn't know it was her, but I remember seeing her and thinking like, oh my god, like this girl is like insanely beautiful. And you know, at the time I was probably like 13, and like at this time I had a girlfriend. Like I said, I was dating a girl named Jessica, fake name. But anyways, I had a girlfriend, but I just remember just being jaw dropped by this by Anna's beauty. Like I said, I didn't know it was her at the time. So, through hanging out at the party, I was kind of shy. I didn't really want to, talk too much, be super outgoing. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But I remember I really wasn't trying to, but we got to talking, and then I figured out that it was Anna, and I was like, oh my God, like, you look so different. She's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, anyways, this party had like a jump house, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with jump houses. It's those inflatable things that people jump in. So, anyways, me and her, keep in mind, we're like teenagers. She had appeared to me to be like, at the time, she had appeared to be like 20. But, she was probably like, I don't know, like 15. And I know that sounds like really stupid. Keep in mind, I'm like 13 at the time. So, anyway, she had appeared to be much older. But once I figured out it was her, I was like, wow, like she looks much older. But I guess since it's been a few years since I've seen her, like, I don't know. So, anyways, we're jumping in the jump house and with other people. And then for some reason, those other people leave. And then um, she happens to fall, or like we both fall, like playing around. Or like we're playing, and while we're jumping around, having fun, she ends up falling on top of me. And we end up like making out and stuff, and everything was all good. I was having the time of my life, and finally got to kiss the girl that I thought was super pretty at the party. And then we get seen, not by my girlfriend Jessica, but by this little girl who knew that I had a girlfriend and knew my girlfriend because they lived on the same block. So this little girl didn't like me. It's kind of a long story on how she knows me, but this little girl didn't like me, and she went and told my girlfriend like the next day or like a few days later, "Hey, I saw Isaac making out with this other girl at this party, and they were like in the jump house." And so my girlfriend like confronted me about it and got like super pissed at me. And it's always a story that I look back on fondly and stuff. I wish I could tell you guys more. I mean, my girlfriend didn't break up with me, but it definitely hurt our relationship. Do I regret it? No, not one bit. I miss both of those girls, but it is what it is, guys. We'll get the next one. You gotta queue again, you know what I'm saying? Uh, on to the next topic. Oh, by the way, I'm playing with friends here. I'm playing with my homeboy X and his squad. Um, so, anyways, next thing I wanted to talk about is editing mistakes. Obviously, I'm a super small channel. I don't have a team of editors. I don't have a team of like quality control. I don't have like a marketing team. I literally have nothing. It's just me and a laptop and an Xbox. So I wish I had the quality team, a quality inspection team. I wish I had an editor so I could, just be like the quality person and like, the idea of the brainstorming, the talent, we'll say. Well, anyways, I got to do it all by myself. So that last Rocket League montage that I made, I had made that. I kid you not, I worked on that from like midnight one night, probably until like 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning. And I'm making it on my laptop in a pitch black room. So like the quality came out fine to me. And it all was good. I uploaded it, quality checked it on my TV. It was all fine. Well, like a few days later, I watch it back on my phone while I'm at work outside, like in the sun. And I realized that I can't really see like what's going on, and I had not accidentally, but I had purposely dimmed the brightness of the gameplay, and I had added in some saturation, which kind of darkens up the gameplay a little bit. And for me, it was just like for aesthetics, to make the gameplay look better, which it totally did. But I didn't think about like, oh, like what if somebody's viewing this from their phone and it's sunny outside, So that's kind of my fault. I felt really bad about it. I wanted it to address it to you guys, and I was gonna break it down too, like all the things that go into editing. I mean, it's a lot. You just have to take my word for it. But so yeah, I made that mistake, and I like that Spider-Man outfit right there. That's really sexy. Oh my god. This is not live commentary, guys. This is recorded in post. Like I said, I really kind of remember what happened in this gameplay. I don't remember too much. I didn't plan on telling you guys this story, but I'll go ahead and tell you guys this story. So when I was younger, I learned how to sing like metal vocals, and by that, like if you've ever heard of like old school Bring Me the Horizon, you know, Alice on S in Alexandria, even like more metal than that, like Chelsea Grin, you know, Suicide Silence. I had learned those type of vocals, and it took me like 2 years to kind of perfect it. So, anyways, I started joining groups to try to make a band because I was like, hey, I know how to do this now. You know, why don't I join a band? You know, live the dream, tour, do shows, record, and all that stuff. Live like the crazy band life that I saw portrayed by famous bands that were already existing. So I started joining local bands, and the problem is that I was, you know, trying to make music or making music that was popular in that day. Like all the bands I mentioned were, you know, really in their heyday about 2009 to 2000, we'll say like 12, maybe 13. So anyways, at the time, that was the genre that I was practicing for. That was the voice I had for. That was the voice that was what I had built my vocals around. And that for you guys who like are metalheads or rockheads, you guys know what a breakdown is. So, you know, specialize in stuff like that. So I started joining groups here in my local city, and all of the groups tended to be older guys, like, you know, in their 40s. You know, half of them in their 40s, and half of them like some older members, like I don't know, like pushing late 40s, early 50s. But anyways, the problem is that these guys were playing metal from like the 80s, not like 80s type metal. I mean, it was very like heavy metal, like it wasn't like rock, but they were playing like heavy metal from like the 80s and 90s, and it just totally didn't groove with what, you know, I was accustomed to. So I didn't really fit in with them. They didn't really fit in with me. Eventually, I got kicked. And I actually got kicked out of a bunch of bands like this. And, you know, I'll say maybe, you know, on one hand, it could have been my lack of experience. And then on the other hand, it could just be that, hey, we were just not clicking together. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to describe, but you just have to take my word for it. We really weren't. It really wasn't going to work. I would tell them, like, hey, like, you know, can we do this? And they're like, what's that? You know what I mean? Because I was trying to do like what was popular in the now, and they were trying to play like 20, 30-year-old metal. So anyways, I got kicked, and I did what any normal person would do. I gave up. Just kidding. I made my own band. I worked really hard and found a guitarist. Actually, two guitarists, a lead and a rhythm guitar, a drummer. And for being like in a small town, that's kind of impressive. The only thing we could never find was a bass player, but you know, if you don't know about music, you can always just like electronically add in like bass or something like that, or like a guitarist can like play the bass in the studio. So anyways, it wasn't like the biggest issue. So I started practicing with this band, practicing a lot. Me and one of the guitarists co-wrote a song together, you know, from the instrumental to the lyrics, and like we had the band practice it like every single practice show. And forgive me like if I'm not super experienced like with band stuff. I'm just telling you my real life experience. So anyways, we practice the hell out of it. You know, we do a couple cover songs. We're trying to, you know, get our footing as a band and stuff like that. And eventually I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled out. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but for some reason I wasn't able to talk. I think because like I had to have like large amounts of gauze in my mouth, and on top of that, like it was just like insanely like hurt, so I couldn't really talk for like a couple days. And my band members, or two of them, hit me up and they were like, hey, like we need to have like an emergency meeting, meet us at this location. And I'm like, sure, like what the heck is going on? They're like, just come. And so I go, and then when I get there, keep in mind I can't talk. They tell me, wow, they tell me that, you know, they found somebody better and that I'm getting kicked, and you know, somebody more experienced, more talented than me. And I was getting kicked out of the band that I literally created. So I was like, you know, no big deal. You know, my eyes got kind of watery. I end up just walking out of there. You know, I take it on the chin. I don't know if that's the correct way to say it, but I take the news on the chin. And yeah. So when I tell people nowadays that I got kicked out of my own band, you know, it's a pretty funny story because they're like, "Damn, you must have sucked or something." But anyways, the guy that they replaced me with ended up leaving them like shortly after. So it's no biggie, and they never really became much. So no big deal. Last bulletin point. I've been playing a new game. It's not Fortnite, not Rocket League. Speaking of Rocket League, I hit Diamond 3 today, so that's pretty cool. That's a first. So I play Rocket League about 25% of the time. I play Fortnite, honestly, 0% of the time. I didn't even download the new update for the new season. But anyways, so I've been playing a new game. I think most of you will have no idea what it is, and that's fine. Hopefully I'll be able to make a live commentary on this game because I think it is a great game. And it's totally different, like totally different from Fortnite and Rocket League, and I think it's really fun. I've waited too long to try this game. I've always heard about it, but for some reason I just never tried it, and I finally tried it, and I kind of love it. So be expecting some clips and some gameplay from that new game coming soon, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.